Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Welcome in. Can you see and hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Perfect. I can see and hear you clearly as well. Nice to meet you. My name's Emma, and what's your name?
Myla.
Myla. It's so nice to meet you. I'm going to be your host for today's session, where we're going to have about 25 minutes together to complete a scenario and briefly reflect on the experience. So, were you able to review the details of today's session?
Yeah.
Perfect. Did you have any questions about it that I can answer for you?
No, I don't.
All right, fair enough. Then let's talk about or rather, let's go over the goal of today's session. So, in this scenario, you are the teacher of a seventh grade language arts English
Mhm.
class, and you're going to be teaching, or rather, the students have just completed their first major reading assignment for the semester, the novel Little Women. Your goal for today is to identify and navigate any conflicts that arise with the students and then motivate them to re engage with the independent group discussion and each other. So, with that in mind, what are you expecting from this small group of students as they begin this activity?
Probably conflicts of interest.
Okay, uh, awesome. And how would you address that?
I would just make sure to have a reminder of like an open discussion. Definitely in the beginning before we even have a conversation like that, talk about to respect others and definitely the protocol of having that everything's safe and everybody has an opinion. And then just kind of guideline that.
Okay, got it. Well, let's touch on a few quick logistics and then dive in.
Okay.
So, if you need to pause the session at any point for any reason at all you have to do is say the words pause simulation. That's my cue to come back, answer any questions, and offer any assistance that I'm able to provide. Also, all of our students today are able to do a wide variety of movements and self expression, but if they're ever asked to do something outside the limitations of today's session, like give a thumbs up, for example, one of the students would just let you know by saying, the principal says we can't do that. And that would be your cue to pivot and ask them to try something different. Any questions about that?
No.
All right. Also, are you able to see yourself on screen right now?
No.
All right. Perfect. If you'd like to change that, that's going to be a button on your right that looks like a screen with an outline of a person. Whatever you see in that little viewfinder there is exactly what these students are going to be seeing. From your left to your right, everyone today is going to be having a name card in front of them. Left to right is going to be Savannah, Dev, Ava, Jasmine, and Ethan. And last but not least, your session today can take up to 15 minutes total. After 15 minutes is up, I'll come back and briefly reflect with you about the experience. If you completed your session before those 15 minutes are up, feel free to excuse everyone out to recess, and that's my cue to return. Do you have any final questions for me before we dive in?
No, it's just very new to me. I've never had this experience, so it's definitely going to be a learning process to figure out this.
All right, fair enough. Then, last question. What would you like these students to call you today?
Miss Myla.
Miss Myla, it is. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring in everyone, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi. What up? Morning, Miss Myla.
Hello.
Hi. Morning. I like your glasses.
Thank you. Um,
What are we doing today?
oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so today we are going to just have an open discussion about the book that we read.
Okay. I mean, I finished it last night.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Do we have any questions about the book or interesting facts?
Oh, okay. Well, so I know that we did like I know that we were gonna do like a group discussion today. So
Mm-hmm.
like maybe we can talk about like what we liked about the characters or like even how different they are. Yep, sounds cool to me. Well, I think that Joe is like a natural leader, kind of like me, which is why I think that I liked her the best. And just as humble, right, Ava? Oh, shut up, Ethan.
Hey, reminder,
Well,
we need to be
I
kind
thought
friends.
Um, well, I thought that Meg was like the calm one, like balancing out Joe's wild side. Mm, yeah, I thought that Meg like really showed everyone, um, like showed what everyone expected from girls back then, but she grows within those old school rules, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know. I thought she was just like way too old fashioned, like always trying to be perfect, and that's just kind of you. Yeah, I guess I could kind of see that too. Savannah, you're being super quiet. Oh, um, well, I I guess that Beth is really nice. Nice, that's it? Well, she seems really nice. Are you sure that you read the book? Because it doesn't sound like you
Okay,
did.
friends. Okay,
I did
friends.
read it.
So let's dive into Beth. Okay. She's really nice. What other qualities does she have that you guys would say?
Mm, she's quieter, but she's really strong.
She's strong. Okay.
She's like really brave.
That's cool.
Yeah, like maybe not brave like the normal way you'd think of like being brave, but like she's like kind of quiet brave, you know?
Ethan, what about did you like about Beth?
What I like about Beth?
Yeah, like what are her good
Um,
qualities that she have?
she was like I feel like she was like the sweet one, and just like she was just like kind of quiet and kind of like minded her business.
Okay.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
What would you guys say the main idea is? Do we know what a main idea is about the book?
Oh, wait, what did you say?
What would you guys say the main idea is about the book?
Um, maybe like sisterhood.
Sisterhood? Okay. Do we have any
Yeah.
other?
Um, maybe like expectations. Um, like like what the world expects of you, and then like what you expect of you or something.
Mm-hmm. Savannah, what do we think?
Um, about what?
The main idea of the book, what would you say? It's okay.
Maybe like maybe being sweet to people even when it's hard.
Okay. Ava, what do you think about the main idea of the book is?
Oh, the idea of the book is like maybe just like, doing like whatever you have to, like to like chase your dream and stuff.
Okay. Jasmine,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
what do you think the main idea of the book is?
family. Um, but you can't like let them like make all your choices for you. You know?
Hmm. Yeah, some have some independency.
Yeah, yeah, because like I feel like that's what all of them struggled with, like in some way, you know?
Okay. Do we all have a favorite character that we liked a lot?
Easy. My guy Lori, because he was super cool and super funny, and he's just rad, you know?
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Mm, I think still my favorite's Meg. Yeah, cause she's the oldest,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm the oldest, and yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was like I could see a lot of things
You could
like
relate to her.
similar that we do. Yeah.
Interesting. Anybody else would like to say anything about their favorite characters that they liked, how they relate to them, how they can connect to them?
Um, hello, hello. Welcome back, Myla. How are you feeling after that?
I'm doing good.
All right. Well, are you ready to do a little bit of reflection?
Sure.
All right. Wonderful. Well, let's touch on the goal of today. So the goal of today's session was an opportunity for you to practice identifying and managing conflicts that arose with a group of students and then motivating them to re-engage with the group activity and each other. While well-intentioned, I've often seen teachers have difficulty guiding lessons like these by maybe missing the chance to connect or build rapport with the students, singling out or reprimanding a student in front of the others, or even neglecting to emphasize that all perspectives hold value. So, did you find yourself experiencing any of those typical challenges?
I found an issue with having them regroup together. I think when I budged in, they stopped talking. So I think I had a hard time with them kind of going back into that conversation.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. And on the flip side, I've also seen teachers more effectively navigating sessions like these by making sure that every student's feeling safe and respected, using that SOAR model and taking time to observe and assess before reacting, and providing the students effective strategies for collaboration and future conflict resolution. So, did you find yourself utilizing any of those more successful techniques?
I definitely think making sure they're talking in the right direction. I feel like I did a good job with making sure they're talking about the stuff that they should. I noticed Savannah was a little bit more standoffish when it came to having a conversation. I think I had a hard time with her getting to talk more and feel comfortable with that.
Mm, sure. Yeah, that can definitely be a challenge, balancing the more talkative personalities with some of
Hmm.
the more shy personalities in the room. Absolutely. Well, speaking of, I'd love to share with you a strength that I noticed in your meeting if you're open to it.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. So I noticed that as the students were escalating, you navigated through that conflict between Ava and Savannah without making anyone feel singled out or reprimanded in front of the others. So tell me, how did interrupting that conflict go, and what did you do to resolve it?
I kind of just continued the conversation and kind of guided it for everybody to have a conversation together as a group instead of just icing out Savannah. I noticed that she was getting a little anxious with that. So redirecting
Mm,
it and having everybody answer it probably made her feel more comfortable instead of it just having the spotlight on her.
okay. Yeah, I could see that as well. And I lift it up because navigating conflicts without singling out students can maintain their dignity and promote trust within the classroom.
Hmm.
So kudos on that. And of course, Myla, since even the strongest leaders can always improve, are you open to an area of opportunity for you to consider?
Of course.
Perfect. So in this case, I would say that at the beginning of the lesson, there might have been more of an opportunity to clearly describe the day's activity to everyone
Yes.
and do a little rapport building at the top. So I'm curious, if you were to do the lesson all over again, how do you think you'd begin with those things in mind?
I definitely would have introduced myself. Like I said, I think the whole stimulation was a process. I thought it was going to be like an introduction already. I didn't know I was going to go right into it. I definitely
Sure.
been more prepared and just kind of like, okay, guys, we're going to have a discussion about Little Woman, the book that we read, and just kind of going over the protocols of what it looks like to have a positive, healthy conversation among students.
Yeah, absolutely. And I lift it up because taking the time to clearly describe the activity at the start of a lesson can ensure that students understand the objectives and expectations. Well, Myla, I want to thank you so much for practicing all of these important skills with us. Final question before we go. What is one thing you're taking away from this session overall that you can utilize next time you face a similar situation in real life?
Definitely, how to smooth transitions with conflicts within students, how to make that without isolating or any other student, I think is something that I'm going to take from this.
Mm, absolutely. I concur. Well, Myla, in that case, I just want to thank you again so much for working with us, and I hope you have a beautiful day going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.